All of them are what? They are currencies. So you have the fiat money, which is money that refers to what you use in Nigeria, which is the naira. The US, you have the US dollar, you have the GBP, that's the pound. You have various countries' currencies, you have cities, all those are fiat money. Then cryptocurrencies are things like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the rest of that. All bottles down to what? Currencies. So whether crypto or fiat, all are currencies. So you have to understand the major difference between crypto and fiat, which is what? The removal of the middleman. The crypto was created to remove the middleman and create peer-to-peer interactions, removing the middleman. They're not totally removing, but enhancing, if I should put it that way, because you have the blockchain, everything is transparent on the blockchain. So you have to understand what crypto really is, and you have to understand the blockchain. You can't talk about crypto without the blockchain. Cryptocurrency is built on the blockchain. The blockchain is like the mother, while crypto is like the child. Crypto is just like 0.5% application of the blockchain. Lots of possibilities can be done on the blockchain. So cryptocurrency is just in the aspect of remittance, which is transfer of fund. That's what has to do with fund. But other applications of blockchain are there. So you have to understand what blockchain really is, which is the basic knowledge, and know that there are certain possibilities that are there. Taking for instance, this example, say one of the things that differentiates crypto from fiat is the transparency aspect of it, and the ease of doing things. With the traditional fiat or the traditional banking system, you get to see that uh, it's not really that easy to access certain services, and it is usually delayed, especially when you try to send a fund outside the country. It takes up to 3 days, and you are charged a whole 7% of whatever it is you are sending. So if I'm sending you say $100, I'm charged 7% of $100. That is $7 is being charged, for me sending this fund outside to the person outside the country. So you see that this is what crypto tends to solve. If you've used Bitkeep app, Trust Wallet, and the rest of those, you have various blockchains which the transaction fees are really, really cheap. You understand? So it solves that issue of remittance. When we talk about transparency, you see that on the blockchain, things are recorded on chain. That is why it's called the blockchain. Things are put into the block, that is transactions, and they are compiled together, which is chain. That is why it's called blockchain. So with the blockchain, you simply need a wallet address. With that wallet address, you can then access, things. You can access transaction history. When somebody says, I've sent you fund, maybe you have a transaction with someone and the person says he has sent you fund. What you basically need to do is take your wallet address or the person's wallet address, visit the blockchain explorer, paste the address, and you can see the past events right there and the ongoing events. If the person has actually sent it, you will see it right there. If it hasn't been sent, you're not going to see it. So it has transparency. But the traditional banking system, or say the government, or say the governors, people in power, they want to launder money. If they want to launder money, you cannot know unless you are told. You understand? If they may have laundered this money, if when you call them to account for it, they may lie to you. But with the blockchain, everybody sees it as it is. You understand? So with the blockchain, things are more in order, things are more orderly. So that is the first and most important rule. If you need to be successful in crypto, you have to have fundamental knowledge of what crypto is, really understand what blockchain is and how it can be applied. So that is the first and most important rule. Now, the second and most important rule you need to be successful in crypto is this. Understand that crypto is ever evolving. The crypto space is ever evolving. I could also use the term blockchain is ever evolving. Things that were not possible before are now possible. You know, let me put it in this way: the blockchain space or the crypto space is just a more advanced banking system, the more advanced banking sector. With the banking system, we've identified the challenges such as delays. We've identified the challenges such as transparency issues, such that you can't actually, see things happening from everybody's end. We've also identified the issue such as this massive centralization, and whatever happens to the central server takes everything down. So it is fully centralized, which is not good. You have identified security breaches. Most banks will not tell you, but they are under attacks day and night. You understand? But with the blockchain, almost most of these issues are solved. You get the same features you get at the banks, and you get more of those services, even much more than what you have there. In the banks, you can save, and you know you have these fixed deposits, and which you can do and earn certain amount of returns or ROI at the end of the day. Say the bank is offering you 7.5%, which is the official standard rate of all banks in Nigeria. 7.5% is what they offer you yearly. But if you calculate, the charges that you've accumulated for the entire year for your transactions, you see that it's even takes much more than that 7.5. The 7.5 there is just there on paper, but you don't actually attain that. So the crypto space or the blockchain world actually offers you these services and more. You even get more than 7%. You have assets where you can stake, you get 15%, 20%, even as high as 100%. So these you get, and it is paid timely and real time. You can actually track it. So there's nothing like, you will pay your interest and you can't find it. So this is one of the things. Understand that the crypto space is ever evolving. Before now, we're not talking of DeFi. We're just talking about buying and selling crypto. Buying, you buy, you sell. That was all we were actually talking about back in the day. Say 2, 3 years before now. But today we're talking about decentralized finance. Today we're talking about NFTs. Today we're talking about meme tokens, which were not so popular back then, even though Doge was one of the first, but it wasn't so popular, and it didn't have this much adoption as it has today. You know, you can see that today Shiba Inu has partnerships. Even Bitcoin was used to purchase Teslas earlier this year. The adoption is more. You understand? So you have to ensure that you understand that the crypto space is ever evolving, and you should be ready to advance. You should be ready to advance. Do not rely on old knowledge. Always go for new knowledge. Now, another thing you need to be successful in crypto is this: understand that crypto is risky. In as much as it is very, very rewarding, understand that cryptocurrency is a very, very risky investment. So invest what you can afford to lose. Invest what you can afford to lose. Only put in, the amount of money that when you lose this amount, you are not going to, regret it. You are not going to regret. But when you go all in, simply because you believe that crypto is the future, you may get wrecked and nobody sends. Understand? You just be used as liquidity and you are gone for good. So understand that crypto is risky. Now, another thing you need to know to be successful is that you have to stay safe. You have to what? Stay safe. There are loopholes everywhere, both in the blockchain space, not loopholes in the blockchain actually, but loopholes. By what I mean by loopholes are things like, you have bad actors in every aspect of life. Where you have the good actors, you also have what, the bad actors, who are also there to try and milk out, you know filter, remove. They're trying to pull out their own, play their own role there, which is taking some people to ruin. So you have scammers. Scammers are always there. Take for instance this Telegram group of Bitkeep. You have the Barry Necker, the community manager. You have Osas. People can actually clone their accounts and send you DM messages asking you for your Bitkeep seed phrase and things like that. You may think they are the legitimate admins because they bear the same name, but there is always a difference. So you have to understand that. You have to understand all of this and know that you should stay safe. Do not receive DM messages, or not do not receive. When you receive DM messages, don't reply them. Simply report and block them, except you actually requested that such person DMs you, and no admin will DM you first, anyways. Don't chase most of these airdrops that require such sensitive information from you. If you must chase an airdrop, have a separate account for it. Have a separate account for airdrops. Don't use your main wallet, as some airdrops could actually wipe your account. They send dust attack to your account, and once you interact with that said airdrop, man, you are gone for good. So lots of things are there. So stay safe, both from hackers and things like that. And also, say you are a Nigerian, I believe this is the Nigerian community, so everybody is actually relating with what's happening in the country. They have cracked down on some crypto personnel due to misinformation by the leaders and security men, trying to take advantage of it. So you have to stay safe. Do not say because you're a crypto trader, when you look at your environment, you know that things are not in order and you are traveling, you know the necessary security measures to do. In order to be successful, you actually need to be there. You don't have to be in prison to be successful. So you have to ensure that you have second space activated on your mobile device. If you don't have second space, you have various ways. You have the freezers in various some devices that do not have the second space option. You have freezer. You freeze some of these apps when you are traveling. Just have the minor apps. These are other ways of staying safe. So you stay safe from hackers and scammers online, and then offline you also stay safe from things that may get you into trouble. Also, live a moderate life. Do not live a life of flamboyancy, always flouncing around. You know, say you are the kind of person. Don't let me put it this way. It's quite good to live a comfortable life, but do not rub it on people's faces, things like that, so you can actually be safe. This just bottles goes back up to the aspect I said about staying safe. So live a moderate life. Also, to achieve great amount of success in this crypto thing, you understand that you have to keep learning. You have to what? Keep learning. That is the most important thing. Keep learning every day. Read articles, attend seminars, just as a session like this, an AMA like this. Attend them when you can. Keep reading, keep advancing. So do not rely on the existing knowledge you've got. Don't rely on the existing knowledge you've got alone. There are so many things to be learned. Every day, new things are there, new information, new things are abundant in the crypto space. So you have to ensure that you are always advancing. Also, get mentorship. You cannot do everything on your own. You need a mentor that will direct you, put you in the right path, and get you to get up to the same IQ level with him, if I should put it that way. So do not depend on people to, if I should say, give you fish. Rather, ask them to teach you how to fish. That is the aspect of mentorship. So you either get free or paid mentorship, but most of the time it's paid mentorship, so you can actually attach value to it. So you attend courses as take courses, you attend sessions as this, get a mentor, people that would motivate you, people that would teach you the right way to go, people that have been successful, people that have a track record. Do not just pick a mentor or take a course because you saw a flyer flying around, or people reposting flyers. Ensure you do due diligence and see that these people have track record, that they really know what this entails. Understand this. One key factor people I observe that people make mistakes with is they think mentorship means money. Mentorship is not all about money. The person that is mentoring you may not have money, but the person has integrity. The person has wisdom. The person has knowledge. You can easily filter this kind of persons out when you do your research. That goes to a new aspect. Do your research. Do not take things literal as you see them. So when going for a mentor, don't just pick anybody to be your mentor to teach you crypto. You have learned crypto. The mentor is meant to just point you in some directions you need to be pointed to. So do not pick a mentor because the person is popular or the person always discusses, it makes noise. Let me put it that way. Talks about crypto too much. Rather, do your due diligence to understand that this person really knows what he is talking about. Do your own research, as I said earlier. Always do due diligence. Don't jump into buying any crypto because people are buying, or because one person said it will pump, or because one person recommended it. Do your own research. Understand that there are various perspectives you see things in this crypto space. If I see a coin from an angle A, when you do your own research, you may see it from an angle B. That is the essence of doing research. So it's when you do your research, you get to find out that most of your investment decisions will be made wisely. But when you take people's word for it, say I'm buying what token can I use? Barry Nika, give me an example. Um should I say Shiba Inu, for instance?
Okay.
I think so. Say I'm buying Shiba Inu. I tell you I'm buying Shiba Inu. and I just make an announcement that the next token I'm buying is Shiba Inu. You just start buying Shiba Inu. You don't know why I'm buying Shiba Inu, and you don't know when I'm going to take profit. Suppose there is a news I just saw, a news flash that I saw that makes me want to buy Shiba Inu. I buy Shiba Inu and sell off when I want to. But because you don't know why, you didn't do your own research, you bought at the top and you sold at the floor. You get to make a huge loss. Why I make a huge profit from the same coin, but with different knowledge and perspectives of viewing things. So if you want to be successful in crypto, you have to learn to do your own research. Understand that the same token that is giving somebody 10,000% profit is going to give you minus 10,000% profits if you don't do your own due diligence and research. So GYOR, do your own research. Also, understand that if you want to be successful in crypto, know that what anybody tells you is not a financial advice. NFA is what they call it, not a financial advice. If you take people's words as financial advice, man, you are not going to be successful in this crypto space. You are not going to be successful if you always take everything that people tell you as financial advice without your own due diligence. You are going to be losing money big time. So if you want to be successful, learn to do your own research, learn to depend on your own words, and learn to take responsibility for your actions. Do not say that because this person called this token. Most of these people that say I call this token at this, I call this token at this. That is not the way. You know, if I should tell you that I want to buy any token, or I tell you that this token is a potential one, that is my own perspective of it, having seen things from my view and with the amount of knowledge I have got. If you buy this token because I told you and you make profits, good. It's your own investment decision. If you buy and it falls, good, because it's still your own investment decision. Where there is a problem is when you go tagging people. You made me buy this. I bought this because of you. It shows that you are not really ready to be successful in crypto. You are fully ready to be losing money, and you keep losing that money. You understand? So you have to ensure that you know you understand that information passed across by people are not financial advice. Now, network and connect with persons. When you attend sessions, network and connect with persons, gain more knowledge. This book just is similar to the aspect of mentorship. Network, connect with persons, get knowledge, get information, join communities. One thing is, in this crypto space, you cannot be successful when you try to do it all by yourself. I have people that mentor me, I have people I mentor, I have communities that I join, I have people that I look up to. You understand? So you cannot do it all by yourself. So join communities, learn, gain knowledge, and share to others. To be successful in this space, let me tell you the truth. You have to invest in others. When we started at Ginakev Digital Academy, we started with just one person. I've taught around over 2,000 persons as at this time. And what makes me become more versatile in crypto as I am now is because I teach more persons. The more I teach, the more I learn. That goes back to say that the more you teach, the more you learn. So do not keep your crypto knowledge just to you alone. You mustn't actually do it in a big way, create a crypto academy, something like that. No, not really. You can start with your friends, just enlighten them, get them on board, get them mainstream. Crypto is gaining adoption. So get your people on board. Get them to understand that crypto is not scam. Most people understand that crypto is scam because they don't have the right knowledge, or they've been beaten. So as they say, once beaten, twice shy. They don't have the right knowledge. So you have to ensure that you get people to understand what crypto is. Teach them with the little you know. Teach your friends. If you are a university student, teach your classmates. Even a secondary school student, teach your classmates. There are various things that you can do to contribute and see that knowledge is shared. And as you share that knowledge, you gain more. So that's the essence of joining communities. You get more knowledge and you get to network. Now, do not be too quick to take profit. When I say too, I did not say do not take profit. I say do not be too quick. If you really want to have success in crypto, you must be, the type that is persistent, the type that has patience. Most of the crypto assets we see today, before you make some reasonable profits from them, you've got to be patient. Take for instance, as at December last year, or rather towards November ending December, early December last year, you know, I had a crypto session when I was still offering free classes. I taught some persons, how to use some exchange, which we used then, and Bitcoin was around $8,000, not 8,000, 8 million errors at the time, I asked everybody, get some Bitcoin at 8 million naira, not really full one Bitcoin. Even if you are very poor, get 1,000 naira worth of Bitcoin. I was sure that everybody there bought that Bitcoin with at least 1,000 naira. Now you can check from December last year to December this year, that is coming in just few days from now. You can imagine the worth of Bitcoin from 8 million naira. That's 8 million should be around $16,000 as at the time, or rather $15,000. Bitcoin is now worth over $55,000 today, which is about, say, that is around 26, 27 million naira, if I'm not mistaken. So from 8 million naira to around 26 million naira, you know how much that is? That is 300%. From 8 million to 16 million, that is 100%. From 16 million to 24 million, 200%. So you've made times 3 of your money if you bought Bitcoin from last year until now. Now, if you had just bought that Bitcoin with 1,000 naira and it went, or let's say you bought in with, as at the time it was 8 million. Say you bought it at 8 million, and then just 1 month after, it now pumped to 9 million, and you sold at 9 million. Compared to today, who do you think is making the most profit? People that hold for longer are the ones that make profits. But this holding for long, you have to actually ensure you understand the assets and the drive. What is making people buy it? What is making it grow? What is making people want to hold that asset? So you do not just buy any asset and start holding it. You have to ensure it has utility. You have to ensure that asset has liquidity. You have to ensure that that asset is something that you can always, you know, something that you are sure that it will always be there. And when you're holding, always check on your assets. You have the Bitkeep app, you have Trust Wallet app, you have centralized and decentralized exchanges. If you store your crypto in centralized exchange, it may be hacked. The exchange may go down. And if you are not always checking, they may tell people to withdraw their assets or something like that. You may not even be aware because you've not been checking. So you have to ensure you're always visiting your assets. Hold, but do not forget. If you are writing, make sure you write this down. Hold, but do not forget. Don't forget your assets wherever it is that you've left them. So I think at this point, these are what I have on my list of things you need to be successful in crypto. These are the most important things you need to be successful in crypto, and attain the maximum level of growth that you need. So Barineka, I think you can, yeah, move on from here and we'll take questions as well.
Blowing section. And in this space, we tend to like learn virtually every day, and we never stop learning in the crypto space because you're hearing this today, you're hearing this the same way. You might think, oh, maybe I've heard this before, but another person might just have to break it down for you to have like a better understanding the of what you said. And I'm really happy that a lot of persons join up to be able to meet up with this section. It happened to be like one of the best I've had so far, one of the AMAs I've had so far. And I'm also happy that a lot of persons got some very, very important key points when, to be very, very successful in the crypto space. Because one thing I find mostly among Nigerians, I don't know, we always have this we want to do 20x, 30x with just more money. And the hype is like, hey, just put in money, you're going to make money. Some don't even know whether they're buying the top. Some don't even know what the coin is used for, the use case. But just buy because of the hype. My friend is buying, putting like $100, $50, and it's like up. And well, that's really bad. I think you did justice to the point over there. And like I said, like you said earlier about the blockchain, understanding cryptocurrencies, understanding the technology behind it. It's not just all about the money, too. It's all about the tech because looking or judging from where the world is going, where our country is right now, I think the only solution to the problems we have mostly in Nigeria is the blockchain technology will solve like let's say 80, 85% of it because Blockchain has to do with data. In fact, it's going to disrupt sectors that involve data and money. And if you look very well into the sector, Nigerian sectors, where we have problems, where we have cases of, should we use the word corruption, you find most of them in sectors where you have records like the educational sector, the banking sector, the governance too. It has to do with records, informations, these are the key things the blockchain technology will solve because it's transparent and it's not easy to hack like the centralized system. So we should also have this at the back of our mind. Not just crypto is not just here to change our pockets. It's also going to change our mindsets as Nigerians. It's going to make us. It's going to build trust in our system, build trust amongst us. You understand? So these are key points that Mr. Kelvin has actually dropped for each and every one of us, and it's not. I know a lot of us are actually new. So people don't know what BSC, what a BSC wallet is. I mean, yeah, BSC address is. Yeah, so I think we have some newbies, and like you said earlier, you have to like have an understanding about what cryptocurrencies are and the technology. So you can get a mentor. He said that there are lots of YouTube videos where you can get information about cryptocurrencies. I have one or two YouTube videos I did. So uh, in case you're new to cryptocurrency for the first time, you've not heard about it, or you've been hearing, but you've not really paid attention to it, you can do well to DM us or DM Mr. Kelvin. I think he will be able to guide you on that. Yeah. Then what else? For you to be successful, because according to some saying, I don't know whether I'm right or wrong. Is it wherever your heart is, Abi, wherever your what? I don't know, I can't remember, but that's where your treasure is, right? So if you are going to be in the crypto space, definitely you're going to be talking about digital assets, right? And digital assets, you have to keep them in a very secure place. That's where Bitkeep comes in, right? So according to, we've been in the crypto space, the least secured place to save your cryptocurrencies at the exchange. Examples are like I don't want to mention names because they're like centralized systems where since anything can happen to the system. He said that maybe to the exchange, and but if you're using a decentralized exchange or a decentralized wallet, you have general control over your funds, your money. You can decide when to do this or when to do that, to send or receive or trade. So that gives you general control. So a lot of persons want this general control over their assets and over their money. So for you to be successful, according to him, you should always remember that the exchanges are not really, really, really secured. They are secured and maybe your funds can be safe, but to be very, very, very secured, the decentralized wallets are very, very good for you to save your digital assets and the likes. So also remember to keep your mnemonics very safe, away from third parties, away from the internet too, because something might just come up and they may just go through your mail and everything and get your private keys and maybe your mnemonics. So try as much as possible to keep your private keys away from a third party. Or maybe if you have your wife, or maybe you're married, or you have your children and you trust them with your private key, it's fine. You can share that with them. So basically, I want to thank you very, very much for this section, Mr. Kelvin. And I hope Nigerians will become successful. In fact, we are already successful already because we already have a lot of us here. And we look forward to more success from the Nigerian community and also the Nigerian investors. in the crypto space. So I don't know. I'll be taking some questions from the participants here. I don't know if you have any question. Please do well to unmute yourself.
Good evening. Hello,
Hello.
good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, my name is Jafet.
Okay, you're
And my
welcome,
question
Joseph.
now is, my question now is, how will one know the perfect time to buy a particular coin?
Okay,
Yeah, like what is the perfect time for someone to buy?
all right.
Yes, yes.
Okay, Mr. Kelvin, would you like to go first?
Okay, let me
Okay,
take that. Understand this, that there are various investment strategies. Now, it depends on your investment strategy. If you are looking to get a coin for short term, that is where you deal with technical analysis. If you are looking to get a coin for long term, that is where you deal with fundamental analysis. So if you are looking for something you buy today and sell tomorrow or next week, that is day trading, or as you can call it, scalping or whatever. Scalping, swing trading is more fundamental. That is long term. So if you are doing day trading, you use technical analysis. It tells you the right time to buy and the right time to sell. Technical analysis deals with previous records, historical events, things that have happened before, and you get to have some projections from there. You combine them with FA and get results. TA is perfect most times and is most used when you are dealing with, when you want to know when to buy and sell, especially if your goal is short term. But if your investment strategy is for long term, can jump in at any point and you still make profits so far as you know that that asset is good to hold and it has potential. Take for instance the example I gave of buying Bitcoin last year at 8 million. you know, if you didn't meet Bitcoin at $1, you didn't beat Bitcoin at 1,000 naira. Let me use naira in this case so you can understand. You didn't meet Bitcoin at 1,000 naira. You didn't meet it at 100K. You didn't meet it at 1 million. You met it at 8 million. You'll be wondering what's the perfect time to buy. But because your investment strategy is for long term, you will then buy in and you can see the returns as at now if you had bought in. So it depends on your investment strategy. You then make use of FA or TA, but it all boils down back to knowledge, and learning. So you must learn first before you even think of buying. So when you finish learning, it will then, when you want to apply it to any investment strategy, you'll be able to know the right time to buy and sell. In TA, you mostly buy at the support level, breakout, and things like that. Do you understand? Do you understand?
I don't know if he's still here with
Yeah, I
us.
understand. I understand. I'm
Okay,
still here.
all right. Do you have any other question?
Okay, no, he mentioned technical analysis and fundamental analysis.
Okay,
And then I didn't actually quite get the explanation for the boot. So I don't know if you can just go again. Sorry.
okay. Kevin, you there?
Okay.
Okay,
Technical analysis, or TA. This is what deals with charts, candlesticks. You've seen all these things that looks, you see all these green and red colors if you visit an exchange, right? Have you ever
Yeah,
seen
sure.
something like that?
Yes,
Good.
I've
That
seen.
is that is what we refer to as trading charts. And those things there are actually time frames, or we call them candlesticks for ease. Time frames, all of them represent time frames. So if you're on a 1 hour time frame, each of those candlesticks you are seeing there represents 1 hour. In the next hour, the next one will print. So if you saw the last candlestick by 8 p.m., by 9 p.m., you're going to see the next one. If you're on the 1 day time frame, it means that each of those candlesticks there represents a full day. So if the last candlestick you are seeing there is actually for yesterday, and today's own is going to print by 12 a.m. That is midnight. The new candlestick will print. If you're on the 30 minutes time frame, the last candlestick just printed by 8:30, and by 9 o'clock, you're going to see the new candlestick. So it's actually time frame that those candlesticks are there, that you see they represent. Now, what you have to understand is that TA involves reading of charts, and it's on that reading of charts you get to know the next market direction. You combine the knowledge of TA with FA anyways. You don't use TA alone because TA is historical and it has proven track record, which is why people use it. So if you want to know the next market direction or things like that, you use TA, and it depends on your investment strategy. Like I said, you must know your investment strategy, either long term or short term. Is it clear now? Why for FA?
Yeah.
For FA is fundamental analysis, which is used for long term. That is, you try to analyze the projects that itself, see what are the things that will make you want to hold it for long term. Is your question answered?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I
Great.
can hear you now.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Japhet and Mr. Kelvin, for the contribution. Whether you are a trader or
Hello, good evening.
hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear you now.
please.
Hello.
Hello, I have a question.
Okay, please go on.
Is that?
Yeah, go on with your question, sir. Hello.
They say you can go on over.
Okay. While we're
Okay,
waiting
move
for
move
him,
on to the next person.
yeah. So, any other question? Meanwhile, we'll drop the Google for the giveaway. We'll be closing that shortly by
Now,
8:55. We'll be closing
how
the
does it work now?
response. So we'll be closing the Google form by 8:55. So if you've not submitted
Please,
your,
where is the Google form? Oh,
it's in the group chat. The group chat from Bitkeep or SARS. You see it there. I'm going to still post it again so you can see it. All right. So okay, that's it. Okay, so thank you so much for everyone who showed up today. Been a very great privilege to have Mr. Kelvin dishing out like one of the best tips, for to be successful in the crypto space.
Sorry,
These are things
Mr.
people.
Veronica.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I have a question. That's why, like, I was waiting for
Okay. Okay.
people to
We'll
finish
take it. We'll take
asking,
your question.
answering the other question that was asked. You were saying some do not know how to get BST address, but I know I used to have that problem all the time. Like, how do I differentiate like all these BST address? Sometimes they just say BP20 address,
Yeah,
sometimes
thank you.
BST. Yeah, please. Or how do I do it?
Thank
I
you.
don't know.
Okay. Okay. Um, Let me just do like a. So it's going to be like, let me just break
see
it
you later.
down. Oh shit. I'm just going to mute some people. Mute. Okay. All right. So each of these blockchains have like their own. Should I use the word? Their own tokens. Like we have the ERC, which is mostly associated with the Ethereum tokens that were either built or actually built on the Ethereum blockchain. And each blockchains have their own different address. Well, some were they were actually on the Ethereum chain before they moved to their own chain. So they're likely going to be using the Ethereum chain as the mother, as the mother chain. So, like for BSC, that's Binance Smart Chain, they have their own wallet address. It starts with OX, something, 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 something like alphanumerics. Then for BTC network, it has its own the different type. There's a native address for BTC, which is like I don't know how that. It's like different numbers, still the same mnemonics. I mean alphanumerics, yeah, with numbers and alphabets. You get so, but difference between each and every one of them is that one, for BEP20, I think BEP20 is for the smart chain. The smart chain is like you interacting with the Binance chain, decentralized applications, decentralized exchanges. You know, it's the native token for you to use for such interactions. Then the BEP2, I don't know if you've heard of BEP2. BEP2 is like it's just for just like the way we have how will I put okay, just for let's say if you have your BP2 on Binance, it helps you to maybe reduce the payments or let's say fees and everything. It's just used as a means of exchange. I mean, as a means of transactions from buying and selling. They take charges from there. But it's not really. You can't actually use it to interact with the BEP20. So it's like a different chain and altogether. So they also have we also have Solana that's actually different, a different blockchain altogether with a different address, has to do with some SOL, blah blah blah, alphanumeric too. So each blockchain have their own different unique addresses. You understand? So if you're confused which um, address to use, you can definitely just search about it, which one is BSC, which coin is this, which address to use. But if it's anything ERC20, just know it's definitely going to be your OX address, which has the OX and some other alphanumeric combination. And same thing for Binance Smart Chain, same thing for Polygon Matic, and also maybe Phantom. These
Sorry,
were
I have a
like these are
question.
like okay,
Sorry, I have a question, Mr. Barika.
okay.
For this, the Google Docs,
Yeah.
which BSC address are we to provide there? Because I see that
It's
it's
Binance Smart Chain, so you definitely just going to get like Binance Smart Chain. I dropped a screenshot of the address you need. You can use your Ethereum or your Binance Smart Chain. I don't the Bitkeep wallet has like a Binance address, receiving address, Binance Smart Chain receiving address. So it's like OX. I said something about OX, and the alphanumerics OX, blah blah blah, almost 24 words altogether. You got the screenshot. I'm going to highlight it again so you can see it. You there? Hello? Oh, okay.
yeah, I can hear you. I'm
So,
here.
basically, if the ones that have, there are some other chains like Polygon, Phantom, and you know, and BSC. They were formerly, built on the Ethereum blockchain, but they all moved to their own chains, right? But they still, like Ethereum is like the mother of all of them. So most of them still use like the should I use the old address? That's OX blah 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 blah. But it's actually they just use the address just for based on they still built on they were like built on the Ethereum chain before they moved to their own chain. So that's why you see like Ethereum address similar with Polygon, Phantom, and then which other chain again? I think that's the three. Then while Solana, you have different address for Solana. different for EOS, different for Tron. Yeah, so that's it. So if you don't have the BSC address, okay, the smart chain stuff, you can add the contract address, or you can just search for it. Like there's a search button on your, if it's not there on your wallet, but it's supposed to be there. It's like one of the biggest chain in the crypto space right now. So definitely all wallets are supposed to have it. So if you have any question, we've taken too much of our time, and
Hello, I have a question.
well, okay,
I have a question, please. Can I go?
yeah, go on, go on. You just have to be snappy. We'll
Okay.
just take this as the last question. Yeah.
Okay. Now my question is, I observed that recently most projects, some projects do have a mechanism called probably POS, POW, DPOS, and the likes. Now my question is, why is it that it is not all projects that do integrate such mechanism into their project?
Okay. For that, I don't know. Like, when the whole stuff started, it was all proof of work, proof of work, proof of work, proof of work. Like for Bitcoin and Ethereum before Ethereum ported to POS, right? And Bitcoin is still using the POW, but right now, I think they're moving to. I think we have Bitcoin Lightning where transactions are like super fast and super charged, and why people moved from the POW to POS was okay. Proof of work. Proof of work has to do with like using your computers, CPUs, GPUs, and to mine cryptocurrency, right? So it's actually
Yeah,
energy consuming. It takes a lot of power and everything.
that's it.
So yeah, so a lot of projects were like, why do we have to spend so much on hardware, this, that? Sometimes you're not really making more. So most of them moved over to something very easy, where you just buy some coins, take them up, and it's quite easy, and it's not like really cumbersome and too much like the proof of work. So a lot of them just moved over, and it's kind of like the trend right now. A lot of persons are like moving from proof of work to proof of stake because it's easier for people to mine, people to validate transactions and stuff like that. And for me, I just feel the proof of work era is coming to an end with time, but I don't think it's just going to go like that. But I think we see a lot of projects moving from proof of work to proof of stake or other decentralized consensus algorithms. So it has to do with the community first of all. If the community is like, okay, we are cool with proof of work. Okay, we'll continue with proof of work. We're cool with proof of stake or DDP OS. Anyone they are okay with. It just has to do with consensus from the project, and boom, they can move over. So it has nothing to do with one person. It's a decentralized world here. So the community will have to like, okay,
Okay.
fine, okay, we don't want to
Yeah.
do this, we want to do this. Okay, so yeah.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much. Please, this is the last question. Please, I have another question. Please, very simple. It's very little question. Please, can I ask?
Okay. All right, go on, sir.
The question is about DeFi. There's something that is confusing me about DeFi. So now, when someone wants to go into DeFi, like what pair should someone go for? Like what pair of coin or token should someone go for? While considering going into DeFi?
Okay. Um, I really want. This is kind of very big. The DeFi ecosystem is like very big, and we can't finish everything up today. So decentralized finance, right? It has to do with
Yeah.
yeah, you understand what is lending, borrowing, saving, and all the rest. Yeah. So for me, I'm not really like a big fan of, you know, Well, what I do, I look for coins that are, I do a lot of, should I use the word saving? Sometimes I just save my USDTs and, you know, get some good APYs from them. My own is just either savings, but I'm not lending, I'm not borrowing. I just do a lot of savings on the DeFi space. You understand? So I just get my good APYs and good. So how do I go in for DeFi project or DeFi coin to hold? So first of all, remember you have to join a community. You have like to get a mentor. You have to do some research, and you don't just follow what people are saying. First of all, just get all these things together, and you definitely see a very nice project that you can put your money in, and you know look at the tokenomics of the project, look at the teams behind it, look at the backers, and if you put all these things together, I think you have like a good DeFi project. And sometimes don't chase some of these crazy APYs people are giving. Sometimes you might get wrecked, like you said earlier. So do all this analysis, put them together, look at long term, look at short term, maybe 3 to 5 months. There are a lot of them. If you want to check, let's say you're new to the crypto space and you're like looking for how to get over to DeFi, I think you can actually do that by going to, is it Coin Market Cap? No, CoinGecko. If you go to CoinGecko, there's at the top you see where the right categories, right? If you go to categories, number 5 on the list is where you have the decentralized finance categories. They have about 399 DeFi projects there. So you can also look at the, how will I put it for you to, you can also look at the market cap of each of those projects. You can also look at their, like example, like the Terra, Chainlink, Uniswap, Pancake Swap. Those are like DeFi projects. You can, get their tokens and hold them for long term, or you stake some, or you lend them, or you do this, or you borrow. These are like different projects. They are like 399. So for me, my own take, I go with Cake, I go with the YVX, I go with Uniswap, and I go with Terra and Link. These are like my top DeFi projects. I do a lot of DeFi activities on their platforms. So
Okay,
it's
thank
now
you very
left.
much.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah. So do you need the link, or you can just navigate over to the place yourself?
I will navigate around it. Thank you.
All right, just go to CoinGecko, click on categories, then go to
I,
decentralized.
is it possible? I made a mistake. I made like Google form.
Okay, we'll sort that out. For now, we'll sort that. Just DM me, then we'll fix that up. But for now, we'll close the response. So
Mr. Neka, is it
we've actually passed our time. We're supposed to work with 1 hour. We're like, any other question, please just drop in the chat box, the group chat. Then we'll follow up with you guys. All right. Or you can DM me, then we'll follow up. So thank you all for coming. Thank you, Mr. Kelvin. Thank you for showing up after your busy schedule. You have like an event and you still came out to, reach out to us. And, it was really an exciting event. I don't know what happened to my Telegram. I don't know. On my laptop, I don't know. I had like some of the saved your recordings. So in case there'll be people needing the recordings, I think it should be available. I think I'll just have to like go through it. Then if I have them, I'll just have to like upload the link so people can actually watch for those who missed it. So yeah, thank
That's
you
all
so
right.
much
Thank you.
for everyone.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having me.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you so much for coming. Thank every one of us that showed up today. Do have a wonderful weekend. It's already ended, and it's a wonderful night rest too. So do well to feel free to chat in the community. If you need anything, go through the pin messages, and we'll be able to help each and every one of us. So, Osas,
I'm here.
all right. So on this note, we're going to sign out. Thank you so much, and good night.
All right, good night. Thank you very much for today's session.